Oh my goodness. Alright, so we have probably about 2 hours and 20 minutes left until we have to go to tribal council. So we have officially lost the immunity challenge by 5 fucking points. And it's definitely hitting my morale, like, significantly, because, like, this was a challenge that was meant for us to win. Like, maybe not even win, but at least avoid. Like, we had things in place to have us, Cassidy, and the Outlaw Tribe to all join forces and to go after Sundance. When, Cassidy, in the early stages, we were in the lead. We were able to maintain that. Granted, when I had to fall asleep and Drew had to fall asleep and Heather, and it was just Alex and Ida, they had to do what they can to get as many points as possible, but they had all 5 members of Cassidy to bring up a significant lead that no one could catch up with them. And then Outlaw got there too. But we were still in a healthy 3rd place. There was barely anyone posting for Sundance. And Heather and Ida had to push that whole cheating fiasco, and I honestly feel like this could have just been Ida being Ida, just being someone that likes to start drama and fuck shit up because she has immunity, she doesn't have anything to worry about, and she wants to cause chaos. And I feel like this might have been a moment where she was initially trying to do this deliberately to have people gain up on us. So we go to tribal council and that I get voted out of this game. Like, that is what I still kind of feel like. Though also with Heather's outbursts and with every tribe, Outlaw, Cassidy, and Sundance, all realizing how much Heather is a liability for everyone's games on Geronimo, that she needs to go out sooner than later. And I feel like the tides has been shifted, and if Drew, Alex, and Ida did not want to vote for Heather before, they wanted to make a move and take me out instead, I'm just truly hoping that that's completely out the window and Heather's gonna be voted out. And I feel bad for Heather. I like her as a person, and despite getting on a lot of people's nerves, she hasn't attacked me personally, so I don't have anything against her. And I know she's played 3 times and did not make the merge in any of those 3 times. Yes, and with me, I made the merge all 3 times I played in iSurvivor, but I worked my butt off to get to the merge in each and every game. And, iSurvivor Macedonia, Heather got voted out extremely early. We played in save season. Yes, I got voted out pre-merge, probably around 17th out of 30 people. And for my first online Skype game and an all-star game where so many people had so many connections from previous games, and I was the only newest person that no one knew who I was, and I was able to win an Outcast challenge. I was based off of a social game where trying to maneuver how to get back into this game. I pulled it off. I got back into the game, and I made it all the way to 6th place in a game of 30 people, and that was my very first iSurvivor game. And very first Skype game, for that matter. And I've went through a lot of other games since then, in a span of 6 years, and I usually play these games once every 6 months. So I'm Like, I'm right now devastated of the thought that I could be going home tonight and this could be my last video confessional. Like, it's definitely a good like, I had to tell telling Ida that Sharonica is my target, like, that could have been something I'm gonna have to regret in the long term, but there's no long term if I don't survive this round. So I feel like to gain a little bit of trust that I had with Ida, I had to reveal to her and no one else that Sharonica is my target, and thus there's a potential that Sharonica has me as a target, and if I'm voted out, then that means Sharonica is going to get an advantage. So I'm really hoping, I'm hoping I planted that seed to really convince people. And not to mention I have a lot of different things. I give these games 150%. Thankfully, none of these players know how much of a vicious son of a bitch that I could be. I could be malicious. I can give as many promises I can give to other people. I have no problem breaking every single one of them. I want to get to the end by any means necessary, and I don't care who I have to betray to get to the end. And so I essentially had to, really, show, I could not pretend that I was in a good spot and let a blindside happen. I had to make it aware that I know. What I did not tell Drew is that LaTanya did tell me that Drew and Alex were gunning for me. And that was something that I could have, and maybe I could have utilized that to shake things up even more. Give people more of incentive to keep me in this game. To tell Drew that this is what LaTanya told me. LaTanya was throwing Drew and Alex under the bus, and that I'm telling them this information to let them know that I was told this, but I still want to work those two. Also, on the flip side, this might also have been, it's probably a good thing that I didn't say anything, because it could have been a test that LaTanya had given to me to see if I would reveal that information to either Drew or Alex, which I did not. And maybe Drew and Alex knows that I did not spill the beans to them, and that could be what keeps me in this game as well. So, I had Drew. I mean, Ida, she's a lost cause. If she votes for me, and so does Heather, I mean, fuck. But she's gonna play however she plays. I'm gonna roll with the punches. I'm going to take whatever type of bullying tactic that she's going to push on me or anyone else in this game, and I'm just gonna bide my time. When it comes to Drew and Alex, I just had to give my everything to show them that I am 100% committed to Drew and to Alex, to let them know that if you keep me, I will be forever grateful that they kept me, and I will do my damnedest to make sure that we all stay together. Granted, if you know me, I'm probably not going to keep that promise. I'm going to do what's best for my game. But I need to give the impression to Drew and to Alex that having me on their side is much better for their games, and I just have to show them the fact that I was left out of the vote, the fact that I didn't blow off the tribe like Derby did when we were after the Kirk Tribal Council. I took the defeat like a man when Kirk was voted out, and I showed my devotion to the members of Geronimo to let them know that I am loyal to them. The real reason is because I'm not in a position to shake things up. So I have to push that. Yes, I might be a strong physical competitor when it comes to challenges, especially first challenge. when this vape right here, like with here we go. First challenge, I utilized this as a tactic for the before and after shots, and I got major credit for that, for us to get first place in that challenge. Second round, yes, we lost, but I was the only one that was able to get all 3 questions correct for our tribe. Everyone else either got 2 or 1. Third round, I might have only gotten 1 point, but at least I secured a point and I was not last. There were a couple other people that got last place, and I was able to get at least 1 to solidify that we do not go to tribal council. So, and then this round, like, I gave it my all. Granted, we lost at the very end, but that last 2 that I claimed, overall, I claimed 16. Like, Ida was the only one that got more than me by 1, and she got 17. I'm not going to reveal all the numbers, and technically, Drew only got 2. Technically, Heather had gotten more than Drew did. But I actually trust Drew enough to actually want to work with him after this is all over. Even when we get to a swap, even when we get to a merge, I see some realness in him. And to an extent, Alex too, in the last 30 minutes. So, it's one of those things where, like, I showed my work, like, I showed my dedication, I showed my performance, and I showed my loyalty. And that's all I have. I don't have any powers. I don't have any advantages. For the love of God, I wish I did, so I could actually, like, utilize them. But I do not at this point. I just have to utilize my own social skills and provide to this cast that I am much beneficial to this game than Heather Lee Cameron. And all I can do is just pray for the ever-living God of everything that is out there, like Jesus, Allah, Moses, Buddha, Shiva, you name it, all the religions out there. I just have to put a lot of faith in all of them and pray for the love of God that either Heather Lee Cameron does not have an idol or an advantage, or that Ida, Alex, and Drew betrays me and votes me out of this game. And if the later happens, it's going to absolutely devastate me. And based off of all the conversations that they had, I'm really, truly hoping that they're not playing with my emotions and they're being truly honest about wanting to keep me in this game. Because they fully agree that if they, after this crazy round, if they still keep Heather over me, that this is going to be the worst thing. Like, I'm going to be devastated if I get voted out. I mean, yes, there's the edge, but like it's going to be probably one of the hardest vote outs that I've ever faced if I get voted out tonight. Like, and I've been in other games where I've gotten voted out of with an idol in my pocket. And that's happened almost 4 or 5 years ago, and that still always haunts me. I feel like if I get voted out tonight, this is going to be the game that's going to be the number one, like, biggest morale crusher on me if Drew, Alex, or Ida votes me out. And because it's absolutely ridiculous for their games to keep Heather over me. So, if this is my last confessional, I just want to say that despite how I got voted out, regardless of what happens, I am always forever thankful that for everything that the iSurvivor series have brought to all of us, and like I got second place in the very first game when me and Sandy were both 16 years old, and it's it's definitely something that's going to be a part of me for the rest of my life. And I just hope I survive for another round, but if I don't, thank you for allowing me to play iSurvivor one last time. So thank you.